What's up, guys? Good afternoon. Greetings and blessings. This is yours truly, Empress Chassie Warmington, aka All That Chaz, aka Lupus Slayer. Please excuse me, I'm not feeling well at all, but I refuse to allow my illnesses to just continue to dominate me and prevent me from doing things that I have scheduled and decided to do and need to do. Um, this afternoon, I'm talking about a topic from a post that I posted yesterday, last night. Got a lot of feedback on it. I said, what would you do if you catch your spouse, if you find out your spouse or your significant other cheated on you 30 days within to the relationship or the marriage? And I got some very entertaining and interesting comments, and then I got some comments that just was like, okay, we're not going to be doing this. And I just want to welcome everybody. Thank you all. I can't for some reason see my comments. I don't know why I've been having that issue, and just even last night when I was joining a Facebook Live cyber birthday parties, what I called it. They were having the same issue. They couldn't see comments that people were leaving. So if you comment and I don't respond, believe me, it's not because I'm ignoring you or trying to dismiss your comment. I'm more than likely not able to see it. But excuse my puffiness. I am very swollen right now. I'm not, really not feeling well at all today. But yeah, what would you do? Okay. I got a lot of interesting comments. I got some even with saying join them menage a trois. And to each of his or her own. I really don't judge people, like that. And if that's what someone feel comfortable with in their relationship, I know people now. I know couples that are swingers. They like to be with other couples, and they don't mind sharing their bedrooms with other couples and stuff. So to his or her each his or her own. So but for me, I believe in monogamy, and I don't do the sharing. I don't do the community cocking and the community punanies and stuff like that. I'm just not, especially nowadays, because it's just so much stuff going around. I mean, like, people are getting diseases and they're dying off from the most craziest stuff. And the thing about it is the things that they're dying from. I'm not talking about this coronavirus. I'm talking about way before this pandemic, whatever you want to call it, occur. People are dying from STDs and dying from things that they're getting from, you know, being very promiscuous, or the person that they open themselves up to and allow to raw dog them. They get some diseases, they die from it. But, you know, um, I really like getting people's feedback on different things. I had a gentleman who I just blocked him because I tell people all the time, you got to pay attention to more so what people don't say than just what they're saying. And he commented, and he was kind of like on that menage a trois type of vibe as well. And I was like, okay, to you know each his or her own. I didn't have anything negative or disrespectful or condemning to say about it, because that's his life, and if that's what he feel comfortable with doing, then that's on him. But I told him, for me, my personal preference is I'd rather have just the one person. I don't want to have multiple people involved, because when you do and somebody catch something, a lot of times you're not going to really, you may think where the source come from, but some STDs, they're not going to be able to verbatimly pinpoint this particular person actually passed it to you, or this particular person had it first, which in some cases, especially when you're sharing yourself around like that, you're being very generous with your anatomies, so. And it's like after I stated that, he just decided that he wanted to go on this rampage and decided he was going to try to strong arm me on my comment to try to get me to agree with him. And then he tried to flip the switch to try to make it seem like I'm the one that's, being offensive because he didn't agree with me or anything like that. And I didn't. I just see it like this. There, if that's what you want to do, if you want to go out there, you want to have multiple partners. All of me stated to him was, don't drag somebody else in a deceitful manner. Let them know what they're getting themselves into up front, because then when you do it behind the scene, or you do it in a sneaky, conniving way, then that's when it becomes deceitful, and it is now definitely cheating, because this isn't something that the person signed up for. This wasn't the original agreement. This isn't what they had expected, and you knew that going into the relationship or going into the marriage with the person, and you chose to do this anyway. So he got upset because we stated that, and then he wanted to make a whole dialogue, and then he wanted to be debative, and then he wanted to be combative with me and stuff about it. I don't argue with people, especially on my own posts, about something. I'm just not going to do it. I can, you can ship it up and be respectful, because he started being insulting. That was the thing. It wasn't because he was sharing his opinion, but he started being insulting, and he was trying to belittle me and tear me down for no reason, all because I disagree with menage a trois. That's my preference. I'm not saying that I didn't bash you for it, for your opinion about it. Why are you bashing me for my opinion about it? So, it was just like he started to be very dominary for no reason, and that's a bad sign when someone try to dominate you, especially on your post, on your time, on your when you make a post and you don't agree with something that they said, and they want to try to be very dominary with you about it, and trying to throw insults at you, and trying to belittle you, and make you look bad and feel bad and stuff, because you decide, especially when it comes to things that are considered to be of more of a moral thing or character thing, and a thing of principle, and then you want to try to tear somebody down for no reason because they disagree with, your unorthodox, opinion about it, to, again, to his or her own. I didn't condemn you. I didn't try to judge you or anything. So I had, just blocked him, because I already knew what kind of, he told me what kind of man he is, or even, I won't even say man, but person, because you got a lot of females that are just as bad. They like to try to dominate things they shouldn't be trying to dominate. I'm sorry, guys. I'm eating my Raisin Bran, so I can take some medicine. We normally never eat while I'm doing cam. Oh, that didn't sound right. Right? I said it. I was doing some sex stuff to doing cam while I'm doing Facebook Live. I'm going to be technical about it. But, another thing, too, that I found out, and this is something that I really wanted to bring a point with this, I said there are some people that just did not even bother to answer the question. They just instantly went into religiousness, and they instantly went into philosophy and history, or talking about things that don't even concern, that doesn't even apply to us here in America, because we have presidents of the United States and first ladies. We don't have kings and queens. Okay? So ain't no concubine going on. It's illegal to have concubines, if people want to call it concubines, which there's a argument about the concubines was never meant to be sexual partners or have sex with the king, but we already know that's not true. Anybody who really know ancient history and really have done thorough research and follow it, they know that's not true. So here it's called polygamy, and it's illegal. Polygamy. Yeah, what I said, polygamy? Polygamy, sorry. And it's illegal. You know, you can't have concubines here. You can't have more than one wife here, even though people still do it. They what they do is they make them spiritual wives, or you know, they come out with some other clever names. Some call them spiritual sisters and whatever. Which that's even worse because then you're like incesting, so you're okay to do incest and stuff. So that's just a sick-minded individual. You know, I just put it that way. But you know, they never answer the actual question though. I'm sorry, religion, Bible, the Quran, the Holy Tablets, the Holy Chronicles, none of these books. And you know, there's several more. If you people really understand, there are like so many spiritual books out here in the world. There's like over 500. Actually, now, last time I did a research on it, I found like 1,100 different spiritual books, and I'm not talking about like um, different versions of a book, but people, you know, they come up with their own philosophy, they come up with their own, you know, opinions about things, their own outlook about things, and then they incorporate it into something that they consider as their own creative religion or spirituality or whatever. So there's like a lot of um, life books, as they call them, out there, and that those none of those books have to do with anything about a person's choice. And I'm going to tell you how. And we all know this. I know families, people who was raised in two family homes, not a dysfunctional family home. And I'm going to touch on that in a minute too. But a functioning family home. There's love. Love is not just said, it's shown, it's expressed. Support shown and expressed. Given more than received, you know, by both parents. Raising your children, you know, in an honorable way as much as possible. Teaching them good principles, good morals, you know, just encouraging them to be the best person they could be in life, to not treat people in manners that they don't want to be treated, don't do wrong by people, don't treat people, you know, disrespectfully, and you know, the good characters, you know, the good you know, good principles and good morals. They teaching these children, their children, that they instilling this in them. And those same children, if not all, some, I would say some, because usually it's rarely that it's all, but you will have, I would say if there's 5 children in the house, you may have 3 of them that decide to not live in the principles and in the manner they was raised. They in their teaching. So it doesn't matter what you teach a person. It doesn't matter what you expose a person to on a regular basis. Some people still they have their own idealism of their lives and how they want their lives to be and how they want to be in life. So they're going to go with that idealism of what they perceive for themselves. And it may not be in, you know, the teachings and the structure that they have been raised in and exposed to. And there are more people who have been raised in dysfunctional home, and it's sad to say this. And when I say dysfunctional, I'm not talking about with 2-parent homes. I'm talking about with an absentee parent because the parent has been absent by choice. You have people who seem to be raised in those kind of households that seem to have a little bit more understanding about relationship, partnership, than someone who was raised in a 2-parent home and had that structure. And I honestly believe, you know, it's kind of like oh, that's like a give and take with that. And the reason why I say that, because it can go either way. You know, I think it also depends on the person's exposure to certain things in life. Maybe they have friends and they see how their friends' parents are, you know, in school, and they be like, wow, I wish my mom and dad was like that. I wish I had both of my parents. I would like to have this when I grow. I don't want to be in a broken home. So they make an honest and conscious decision and effort to not have a broken home, or to bring their child up in a dysfunctional home if for whatever reason the other parent decides to walk out. You know, but there's a lot of people that are not even structured who are raised in functional homes because again it's their own choice, and then you have some people that have been raised in dysfunctional homes, you know, not due to the chaos or the toxicities in the home that they're exposed to, but because there's not another parent there, so they don't have that example of a husband loving a wife and a wife loving their husband, being there for each other, supporting each other unconditionally, and loving each other, and doing right by each other, honoring each other, cherishing each other, being loyal to each other, being respectful to each other. Hi sis, how are you? Thanks for watching. It's good to see you, darling. I know I'm puffed up today and swollen, but I'm pushing through it. I'm not gonna lay in. I don't want to lay in bed. It's sick, feeble today. I'm not gonna do that. I refuse. I'm fighting it tooth and nail. How's my niece? How's my little baby girl? She's so pretty, and she's not camera shy. But the thing with religion, I know, right? Thank you. That's good. You guys are not dealing with the coronavirus there, right? Have you all had any cases of anyone being affected with the coronavirus? Oh. Oh. Hi, my candy. My Latina mamacita. Mamma mia, mi hermana. Tu, mi amor, mamacita. Muchos besos. But, yeah, so, you have a lot of people who, for me, I really don't get into religion because I'm not a religious person. And honestly, religion has really just got a lot of people fooled. And I'm not saying that having spiritual guidance is not a good thing. It's good. I'm doing. Oh wow, over 500 cases and deaf people. Oh wow. Sorry about that. My condolences to the family. I'm doing fine, mommy. How are you? Oh, by the way, guys, I'm on both. I'm on IG on my Instagram live, and I'm also on my Facebook lives, just in case you all didn't know that. So y'all probably was like, who is she talking to? I'm talking to people on my Instagram live. Oh, no problem, Eric Zole. It was like an honor. I really appreciate you. I know you don't remember me because you had invited me out to an event that you were hosting on the red carpet, and you had invited me because I met you through Cassandra Calloway. And this was like several years ago, and I got really sick. That was the day that I got really sick, and I didn't know what was going on, and I was in the hospital and stuff. And so, but we're going to link up. I'm going to message you and we're going to catch up. And I really appreciate you for even giving me that platform and that honor because you didn't know me. You just opened your arms up to me because I am friends and colleague with one of your dear colleagues and friends as well. And you just opened me up with, just welcome me with open arms. And I really do appreciate that. I have always remembered you. I have you locked in, like you're in my emails and contacts and everything. So I really appreciate that. And I enjoyed your birthday cyber party. I had a real good time. Oh, okay. Will do. I definitely will. Okay, thank you. Hey guys, you all follow him. Please follow Eric Zule. Y'all don't know who this man is? Y'all been sleeping. Oh yeah, got to be careful. Yeah, check on your friends. That's right. With this coronavirus going on, that's what I have to do as well. I'm gonna be sending out emails. Text messages and making phone calls all day. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah, but continuing on, guys. and I thank you all for not being offended because I'm addressing. I have family and friends in other countries, and I'm asking them about the welfare of their family and their friends in those countries. With the coronavirus and how they're doing and everything. Y'all know I am a multicultural. What is our slogan? Zine. What is the entertainment network slogan? Is a multicultural and diverse world in one place. So we love everybody. And I absolutely love meeting people. Me personally is a very multiculturally diverse person. You guys who follow me for a minute, y'all know that I'm, multicultural mix, with different nationalities in my in my DNA, in my genetics, And so I just like to show love to everybody. That's just me. But but back to why I don't deal with religion or any kind of, I don't like to incorporate that in things, because again, that has nothing to do with a person's ability or desire to do good or do bad. That is a personal individual choice. You have people that go to church every time the church door is open, every service, every Bible study, every choir rehearsal. They don't even sing in the choir, just anything that's going on in the church, they are there, but they have a very filthy mindset and heart. They don't, they're not structured in principles. They go to church just so that to hide behind the mask. In other words, they're like wolves in sheep clothing, and they do things. And you have people who are preachers, who are ministers, who are prayer warriors, and it's not just because we as humans have the tendency that to do, as they say, naughty by nature, like the group Naughty by Nature. That's true, because we have the tendency to be naughty by nature, but we also have a choice to allow those negative characteristics and those imperfections to control us, or to build us and to make us into being better people. Those are conscious decisions. Those are conscious choices. It's just like when you go pick out a car, you make a conscious decision and choice. Oh, this is the car that I see. I like it. This is what I want. It looks good to me. I want it. Just like when you go to a grocery store, you buy stuff, even if it's an impulsive decision, still, nevertheless, it's a decision. It's a conscious choice that you made. That is something that you wanted to get. That was something that was appealing to you. That was something that you like. So people do things that are appealing to them, what they like, what they enjoy. So if a person decide they want to go out here and cheat, they're going to do that. If a person decided they don't want to be loyal and faithful to anybody, that's how they're going to choose to be. If a person decided they want to, take advantage of a person's kindness, that's what they're going to do. These are we have the ability to make our own choices and decisions, and the choices and decisions that we make are on us. And I'm not talking about when you're in a distressful situation and you under the stress, duress or anything like that. I'm talking about when you know better and you choose not to do better because you feel like, I'm grown, I could do this and get away with it. If they don't like it, so be it. What they don't know won't hurt them. I mean, like stuff like that. When people have that kind of mentality and mindset and that kind of heart, you cannot, there's no need to even be with somebody like that. Why would you be with someone who has clearly shown you and told you in their actions that they don't care, that they're not going to respect you, they're not going to respect the relationship, they're not going to respect the marriage, they don't care about being wrong, doing you wrong, and lying and cheating and being manipulative and deceiving. They don't care. So why would you waste your energy and time, especially when you only been in the relationship with that person or been married to that person 30 days or less? Are you kidding me? What is there to work out? What is there to talk about? There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to work out. Adios, I'm gone. I'm gone. Nothing to talk about. Yes, you are, my love. Okay, cool beans. All right, sis. I'll be in contact with you, okay? I'm going to reach out to you when I get done, okay? All right. Love you. Love you too. Love you. I'm going to have to come over and see you guys, get my They're not letting anybody fly. I don't want to fly right now anyway, especially going to another country. They don't. That's too long of a flight for me right now. So, but I'm going to be making my way over there hopefully this summer, or this fall. I'm coming to see you guys, okay? But but yeah. So when this is how. Then I'm gonna tell you all how this topic came up in the first place. I'm watching stupid drivers. I'm watching this mega driving school. I think that's the name of the YouTube channel. And they have all these different crazy drivers, people who just drive reckless and have all these cause accidents because they driving stupid and stuff, not paying attention to the road. So I'm watching that, and once it goes off, if you have it on auto play, YouTube will just automatically play videos. How did a video of Jerry Springer come on about cheating, in 30 days of a relationship or marriage, when I'm up here watching stuff about cars? And the thing about it, it was playing video after video, because the videos are like 6 to 10 minutes long each. So they were playing, and like it seems like on that fourth video, that's when this Jerry Springer video pops up, about cheating on your spouse or your loved one within 30 days of the relationship or marriage. So that's how this topic came about. And and it's sad that I have to always reiterate this. A lot of things that I talk about is not a direct reflection on me or what I'm going through or something that I'm experiencing, even though I do share a lot of my own personal life experiences with things, because, if I can relate to something, I can relate to it. And I can definitely relate to this, but that's not why I brought it up. I brought it up because it was something that I saw on YouTube. So that's why I brought this particular topic up. But yeah, so we have we have people who stay in unhappy and unhealthy marriages because they are stuck in a religion. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be with nobody who's going to cheat on me. I'm not going to be with somebody who's going to abuse me in any form or fashion. I don't care if it's verbally, if it's emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. Abuse is abuse. And I'm going to tell you something, that psychological abuse, that emotional abuse, that mental abuse, that verbal abuse is way worse than that physical abuse. And me personally just cannot deal in no form and fashion with that, because we are, as adults, we are aware of what we do. It's just like this is how people pick and choose to do what they want to do. Rarely do you have a lot of people be disrespectful to you in a relationship or a marriage. They wouldn't treat their own supervisors like that. Like, they wouldn't be disrespectful like that to their supervisor. They wouldn't be disrespectful to their coworkers. They wouldn't be like, oh, well, so what, I did wrong, and what you gonna do about it? They won't handle them in the same way that they handle you, because the relationship is different, and then they don't see you more valuable to their livelihood and their well-being as their job, because their job cut that check. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're in a business, if you have a business together, you're in a relationship or marriage, and you guys have a business together and stuff, you can still get that kind of attitude or what have you. But people treat you the way you allow them to treat you, and sometimes a person's level of comfort with you and respect level for you determines a lot how they would treat you. So if someone is treating you better, treating their supervisor, treating their job, treating their friends, treating their family and everybody else way better than they treat you, and you're supposed to be in this relationship with them, or you're their spouse, that says a lot. That speaks volume. That lets you know that you're not going to be number one in that person's life. You're not number one in their lives. You're not. And that you are basically there for whatever pleasure or convenience that they have or need that they have for you, or you probably just there just so that they can say, okay, y'all say I don't, some people don't like to be alone. You got people, they'll be in a relationship with somebody just so they can say that they're not alone, or just to say they're in a relationship, or just to even tear somebody down. You got some people, they live their lives tearing people down. Like, that gives them a high. That's their ultimate high. That gives them some sense of self-worth, which just lets you know how narcissistic they are and how twisted their minds are. That's like sociopathical, mindset. for someone to feel empowered to treat somebody like crap or to do stuff that they know is wrong to a person because they feel like they can, and that you can't do anything about it other than just get mad at them, get angry with them. No, some people will kill you and they won't care about the consequences of it because they feel like, okay, well, guess what, you're dead. I may be in prison for the rest of my life, but you are too. You're not going to be able to do anything anymore ever, or they can set you up to get robbed, to get killed or something, and never trace back to them. You don't know. So you can't toy with people's emotions and feelings. And when someone has cheated on you that soon in a game, then it's that soon in a relationship, that soon in a marriage, they shouldn't do it, period. Because again, we are responsible for our own actions and reactions and stuff. But, well, reactions depending on the situation, because sometimes some things can catch you so off guard, boy, you don't even have time to think of how to react. You just react, and there's nothing cognitive going on up here at all. You just go on strictly on adrenaline, but and emotions. But people have they can make the choice and the decision to treat a person a certain way or not. And that's solely up to them to do so. But I will say this: people would not treat you any other way than what you allow them to treat you. And a lot of times, people have the tendency to ignore red flags, especially when you just meet somebody or whatever, because you're just like, well, I just met them. But a lot of times when you first meet somebody, you can ease it, and it's not like expected meaning. Say, for instance, it wasn't like you met online or met through mutual friends and was planning to go on a date, but you just happen to be out and about somewhere, and you know how you may meet somebody in the grocery store or in the parking lot at the gas station. So you may just meet somebody when you're out somewhere, and you can just tell by the way that person's behaved themselves in public, or even when you listen to their music. And this is just my own personal opinion, and I got on my son for it because I understand with him being so young and stuff. He don't understand the gravity of what I'm saying yet, because he still haven't experienced a lot of things in life. He's still learning and he's still growing. Because even when I was his age, I used to think it was real cool to listen to songs calling women's bitches, hoes, degrading women, talking about women, and how they would talk about just treating her like she's, a sperm, pretty much a sperm bank. Me and my boy gonna run through it. How they just talk about how they would dress dog women out, trash women. If you have somebody who loves to listen to that kind of music on a regular basis, you're a woman, and you got a dude that loves to listen to that kind of music, and not just listen to it, but like this is his mindset. He's not going to ever have respect for you. He's going to be out there cheating on you. He's going to be out there. He's going to be talking to you crazy, or both. Or be abusive, or he's going to be very domineering. Because I have seen it. That's the thing, I've seen it. It's not what somebody has told me. Like I in a previous video, I was stating how I've always hung around so many guys. Oh my goodness. It was like, it would be like, and I'm telling, when I used to hang out, when I was out there like that, hanging out, it would be deep. Like I would be hanging around like 20 people deep, like seriously. And it would probably be maybe 5 girls and 15 dudes, or it'd be just 2 or 3 girls and maybe 10 dudes and stuff. I always hung around guys and stuff, a lot growing up. I had my my few female friends, but most times I always hung around dudes. I hung around guys all the time. And the stuff that I've seen, and the things that I would hear them say, and things like that, and even things that have happened to me that I've been exposed to forcefully, or even not out of naiveness and being gullible and ignorant and stupid at the time, and just dumb, thinking I knew it all and didn't know nothing, just walking around dumb and aimless. I experienced things, and I saw a lot of things, and I heard a lot of things. So This isn't something that is new, you know. And I've learned that if you don't demand respect, you're not going to get it. And if the person is not the type of person that's want to respect you, they're not going to respect you. And some people have a warped idea of or definition of respect. Say for instance, and I've actually heard guys say this, and I've even heard females say this as well. If you love me, then you would do this, you would do that, or you would accept my apology. Da, 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 da. You cannot continue to apologize without change behavior for the better. If you're apologizing and you're really sincere and you say that you're genuinely apologetic for what you have done and what you're doing, what you did, you wouldn't continue to do it. That's just like if you know if I was cheating on you and you would catch me, or you find out, and then every time I apologize and be like, I'll never do it again, I apologize, I'm just like a broken record. I'm just telling you what you want to hear, feeding into your ego, feeding your ego, stroking your ego, your pride, your sensitive cord. That's all I'm doing. But I don't change my behavior with it for the better. I don't stop cheating. I don't stop lying. I don't stop, because if you're cheating, you're lying. Cheating is lying. It really is. It's a lie. No matter what kind of cheating it is, even when you cheat on the test, you're lying because you didn't know that answer, or you didn't do it the honest way. So anytime you cheat, you lie. Same. They twins, baby. Can't have one without the other. But yeah, so if they don't follow, and my apologies do not follow with improved, changed behavior, then I'm not really sorry. I'm just telling you what you want to hear, so you can stop nagging at me, so you can stop getting, barking down my throat, or it's a way of trying to, manipulate the situation or whatever. That's right. That's right. Sure is. Lying is cheating. Damn right. Cheating is lying, and lying is cheating. That's going to be the slogan for the day, damn it. Okay, y'all gonna get it? Cheating is lying. Lying is cheating. Let's say it again on count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let me hear you. I don't hear nothing. Y'all suck. Whatever. But yeah, so we have responsibilities of our actions, and it doesn't matter what kind of spirituality you choose, or religion you choose, or where you choose to live at, what you choose to do as a career, or with your life. You could do. Let me tell you, I'm not impressed. I have learned a long time ago. As a child, I even learned this. Okay. Even though I wasn't allowed to say it because I get my behind beat, because back then when I was growing up, I'm a 70s baby, okay? So, I was in the South. You did not have an opinion. There was no such thing as a child having a voice or an opinion. So you took whatever and you shut the hell up, or you would get knocked the hell out. Those are 2 choices: shut the hell up or get knocked the hell out. That's the way I was raised in that old school, dysfunctional teaching. So I have seen people do some of the most charitable and humane acts of kindness, and just so loving. Like, there was a dude in the community. This guy was so loving to everybody, so kind and everything. But guess what? He was a rapist. He was a burglar. He'll steal from you. Yeah, he'll do anything for you. He'll come and till you, cut your grass, till your bushes and stuff. He'll clean up your debris. I mean, of course, you're paying for it, but he was always like so kind, seemed so gentle, always giving all the little children candy in the neighborhood and stuff. Everybody called him Uncle, but Uncle was a rapist and he was a robber. And he, especially with older people, he didn't really mess with young people, but he would break the older people home. He would steal from them, take their food stuff. Because back then, they had the book where you tore the stamps out of. He would steal their books, and he would just do all kind of crazy stuff. Steal their social security checks, and back then they didn't really check ID. All you had to do is say, "Oh, well, I'm their son, or I'm their grandson, I'm their caretaker, or whatever." They just sit me down here, And if you knew enough information about the elderly person, a lot of times the stores wouldn't question it unless they already knew that you were that type of person. They knew that you stole and you be stealing people checks and stuff. They're gonna run you up out of there with a shotgun, a broomstick, a baseball bat, or threaten to call the cops on you or something like that. They didn't play that back then. But he was a really nice guy. He did a lot of good works, but he was not a good person at the core of his heart. He was just somebody who, to the core, was really bad, but knew how to do good things. So y'all can't get that mixed up. You got a lot of people that, to the core of their heart, they're bad, they're dirty, they're filthy, their mindset is corrupt, but they still know how to do good things. I would just throw it out there. Look at these terrorist groups. They know how to take care of their family. They love their children. Most of them, they love their family. They take care of their family real good. But they'll blow your ass up with no hesitation. They'll kill you just because you don't look like them, or because you're not a terrorist like them, because you don't have the same spirituality or beliefs as them, or because they just don't like how you look. And they'll try to kill you or hurt you or something. And in that same day, with that hour or whatever later, would go home, hug up on their family, their spouse, their children, party, and act like everything's okay. So you can't don't let, because somebody do something good to you, good for you, blind you to who they really are. And I get this a lot with women. Oh, but I love him though. Love yourself, damn it. Hell, can you love yourself? And for y'all men, I mean, come on, men. Now, don't let no woman tear you down. Just like women, how it's always that empowering women empowerment. Women, don't let a man tear you down. Well, men, don't let no damn woman tear you down. Don't let no woman tear you down, period, point blank. If she is not good for you, if she's been like on another level selfish, we all have a bit of selfishness in us. We have to maintain that, because if we don't, we'll let people treat us any kind of way. But you do have some people that will let people run all over them. Men, don't be a doormat. Just because you're a man doesn't mean you have to be a doormat. You can have standards. You can say no. It's okay, to say no to her sometimes. She don't have to have everything that she want all the time from you. You don't have to keep forgiving her if she want to go out here and cheat around on you and treat you like you nothing. You don't have to take that just because y'all have children together or whatever, or because y'all have this strong family bond with each other's family. No, you don't have to take it. Leave. Believe me, there's good with I better not say that, because a lot of men gonna be going in on me on my. I don't care. I'm saying it. We gonna say it. Damn it, my show. I say it if I want to. But you got a lot of people, a lot of men that will not take stuff off women that women would take off of them, and you got a lot of good women out here who are waiting for a really good man. But y'all asses be going to them bad girls, just like they say bad girls like good girls like bad boys. Well, guess what? Good boys like bad girls. And that's true. Y'all go to, we have seen it. I know some good men right now. I mean, good ass men. And they good looking. Real good looking. Got their ish together, okay? With a, man, if I was their mom, I wouldn't even care. I would drag him out that relationship, marriage, kicking and screaming. I wouldn't care. You're not going to be in this relationship with this person or married to this female, and she treating you like this. I'm not going to sit up here and just watch her do you like this. I'm not going to do it. And I know when people are grown, they have their own choices to make and stuff. But, it's really hurting when you see your loved one constantly being hurt and and then especially when they allow themselves to be hurt and they justify it because they feel like they have to stay in that situation. They feel like they have to remain loyal. No, you don't have to remain loyal and faithful to anybody who's not faithful and loyal to you. No, you do not. That is not a law. That is not even a law with nature, with the principles of law. That's not even a law. So no, you don't have to stay with somebody who want to treat you like crap. Adios, sayonara, bon voyage, whatever. Bye, I'm gone. Don't stay in a dysfunctional relationship. Now, I'm going to say this right quick and I'm going to end. When I was talking about dysfunctionality earlier, you have people who are in two-parent homes and it's dysfunctional as hell. And I hate when people say, oh, we're going to stay together for the children. If your home is dysfunctional, if your marriage, your relationship is so dysfunctional, why would you subject your children to that? That's not going to teach your children how to be functional human beings and be functional in relationships. They're going to grow up being chaotic. They're going to grow up being, outlandish, having a warped sense of what commitment is, and they're not going to know what compromisation is. They're not going to understand that. And it's sad that a lot of times children don't learn these things until they become older adults. And then you have some, once they become older adults, they be too settled in their ways. They don't want to learn nothing else new. They just be like, okay, this is how I am. This is what it is. This is how, take me as I am. Take me as I am. When you want to be in a relationship with somebody, it's not just take you as we take you as you are, but you have to grow the hell up too. Because it's not all about you when you're in a relationship anymore. It's not about you, solely about you. They have their opinion just like you have yours. They have their beliefs just like you have yours. And if you get to know each other before you jump into a relationship, you will understand these things and you'll start knowing these things. And so it won't be a big problem, it wouldn't be an issue. Yeah, every now and again, you may face some situations in a relationship or marriage, that you're not going to be already prepared for, or you're not going to know exactly how you may respond or how you may react. But if you have a strong principle foundation, mentally and spiritually and emotionally, when it comes, you're not going to turn on each other. Like, you're not going to be selfish about it. You're going to do what is best for both you and that person and the family, if there's children involved, or if you want children, or how the decisions that you're going to make is going to affect your children. Because I'm going to tell you, it's the worst thing for children to grow up in a dysfunctional household. I may have seen it. And this couple, they were in such a dysfunctional household. Their sons end up becoming woman beaters, and their daughters end up getting in relationships and marriages with guys who beat them. Because that's all they were exposed to on a regular basis, almost on a daily basis. Are you kidding me? Every time mom and dad is together, they can't just have a decent conversation. We can't just have peace in the home. And they stay married because they have all of these children together. But all of the children is seeing this chaos. And I mean, my friend, she used to cry. I would sit there. We would be in her room and we could hear her dad pounding on her mom. And she would just be crying. Her and her sister, we all cuddle up. We all crying. Everybody crying. The sons crying. The sons getting violent because, they trying to protect it. They want to start protecting their mom. But they knew that their dad was damn crazy as hell. And they tried to defend their moms before and got broke up. And their dad didn't take them to the hospital because he knew if he took them to the hospital, he'd have gotten arrested. So he made them heal up at home. He done broke their legs. He done broke their arms. He done did all kind of crazy stuff to them for trying to defend their mom. But when you stay in abusive relationships, this is the stuff that you expose your children to. How is that helping your child, helping the children? It's not. And even if they seem like they're sound, even if they can go through school, they can graduate, because all of their children went to school. All of them graduated from high school. All of them went to college and everything. But their mindset still to date is stuck on what they were exposed to all of their lives, why they were being raised with both of their parents, up to the day that their dad unfortunately died. And he was my goddad. But that man was abusive. very abusive to his wife. And she wasn't all too tight psychologically either. She was religiously abused. She was abused religiously. And she did not have a sense of reality. She lived in, she did live in a very imaginary, unrealistic world because of the way she was teaching, the teaching, and she still go to this same place, but that caused the relationship to never be their marriage to never be able to heal. And that's why you have to and see this, but this is the challenge with that. Okay, you can meet someone, y'all together, y'all get to know each other, but then some years later, one of you all, if not both of y'all, decide to go on different spiritual journeys or different religions. Then y'all start having different beliefs, start thinking certain ways. Don't you know those are temptations and challenges that comes about? But you have to remember and you have to accept. It's one thing to remember, but you have to accept reality. Just because you're strong and passionate about something doesn't mean that it's good and that is true. You can be headstrong and dead as wrong. You can be headstrong and dead as wrong. Don't allow, not even, and you know what, this is not even a bash on religion, but I'm just saying, don't allow nothing, nobody so calling themselves being your therapist or being your spiritual guidance or your mentor or your counselor or your therapist or whatever. Don't allow them to mold you into being something that you're not. Because that's why people have this wrestle within themselves and they don't have this inner peace. When people have inner peace about themselves, they're not going to be comfortable in dysfunctionality. You can't function and be comfortable in dysfunctionality when you're not spiritually sound and at peace. And believe me, and religion works for a lot of people. A lot of people find solace and comfort in it. And that's good if they do. A lot of people find comfort and solace in different spiritualities. Like, I'm straight, comedic, universal, cosmo, spiritual. And I have complete peace and comfort in it. But what I also do, though, is I actually study other religions and other spiritualities too. And a lot of them have the exact same common ground when it comes to principles, when it comes to morals, when it comes to honor, when it comes to respect. Most of them have the exact same principles. Do unto others as you have them to do unto you. It's that simple. You don't want somebody cheating on you, toying with your emotions, playing with your head, misleading you. Don't do it to them. But you got some people that do it and they don't care if it's done to them because they're so cold-hearted that it doesn't affect them. It has no penetration to their feelings, none whatsoever, because they just be like, okay, and I can just, so that's supposed to hurt me? I can go right now and be with this other person, so what you think you hurt me? Yeah, you got people that are like that. They don't, if they feel like they have an outlet or they know they have an outlet, they don't see a reason to do better. But if they choose not to do better, they don't have to be with you and still be bad and not do better. You can control that. You don't have to have somebody with you who don't want to be better and do better and treat you right. You don't have to subject yourself to that. Don't let anybody tear you down emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and psychologically. I went through that. I went through that and it made me physically ill. I ended up getting a really strong, I was already dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder anyway, but it made it even worse. Like, it was really bad to the point where I wasn't eating. I would be so weak and on top of what I'm already dealing with. Like, it makes you really physically sick, and it shows in your face. It ages you. It makes your hair come out. It makes you um it makes you shut down to the wrong things and to the wrong people as well. Like, someone can be genuinely wanting to help you and have your best interest at heart, but because you're so broken, and because you're so distraught, and because you're so frail, and you're so damaged emotionally and spiritually, psychologically, and mentally, because I'm gonna tell you, when someone do that to you, they abuse you in all those manners. When someone toys with your emotion, they abuse you in every manner, is even physically, because when when that emotion abuse turns into post-traumatic stress disorder, it can have a physical effect on your body as well. It can affect your physical health. So you getting abused in every way. Don't let nobody abuse you like that. Period. Have solace. If you are a dang on Jehovah's Witness, or if you're a Christian, if you are a Hindu, if you Muslim, whatever your spirituality is, or your religion is, if that's where you can find comfort and solace in, then by all means do it. But do not allow. Now, what I will say, do not. I have a person who stayed in a very abusive relationship, well, marriage, because she was told to stay in this marriage with this abusive man, who turned around and ended up killing her with his bare hands. And don't you know, the pastor of that church had the audacity to get up there and say during the eulogy that was part of God's plan for her life. So God's plan is for me to be killed by the bare hands of my husband. The same God that you say is a God of love, a God of peace. Yeah, he's a God of wrath, but he's not a bully. He don't just go around just aimlessly killing people. So are you kidding me? So you have to balance it out. You have to know what part of it is. You just have to use your common sense, okay? Because even in my beliefs, that I've read stuff that was just so outlandish, not because it's unorthodox, but because it is truthfully stupid and outlandish and doesn't make any sense at all, and definitely is not sensible, definitely isn't godly, definitely isn't moral, not it's just like somebody cheating on you. You catch them cheating. You catch them red-handed. They having sexual intercourse with someone, right? You catch them red-handed. And then they turn around and try to tell you that what you saw was in your imagination. That you were just in a dream. That you're dreaming that, and that, you're about to wake up. They're going to snap their finger. You're going to wake up and it's not going to be there no more. Like, are you really kidding me? Like, when people try to play on your intelligence like that and manipulate you like that, that's a very dangerous narcissistic person. Run full speed ahead. As who was that? Andre Hunter, he commented under the post. He said, "Do not stop. Do not pass go. Do not collect that $200, $500 and the game enough. Run. Don't look back. There's nothing to discuss at all." And I understand it's easy to get brainwashed, especially when you're desperate, when you're vulnerable, when you're gullible, you're naive, when you're spiritually lost. It's easy to get caught up. But love yourself enough to not allow yourself to go through any kind of abuse like that. You don't have to take no damn abuse from nobody. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's even your parents. You ain't got to take no abuse off of them. Are you kidding me? Hell no. You're not putting your hands on me. No, you're not going to talk to me like that. I don't care if you are my mom or my dad. You don't have the right to use your mouth that God gave to you to tear me down and to beat me down and treat me like I'm nothing. So that's what I wanted to say. You guys can watch this in its entirety on my YouTube channel, All That Chaz, on my Let's Talk People show. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day and weekend to come. God bless, one love, peace, and you all take care of yourselves and each other, and do not let nobody tear you down. And I mean it, damn it.